Hey guys, my name is Raddy, and several days ago I brought Super Mario Party for the Switch, and in today's video I'm going to be reviewing it. Usually when buying a game like the recent Mario Parties, I'll wait until it's been out for about a week so I can watch reviews and see if it looks any good, but this time I decided to take a risk and pre-order it and be the one making the review, not watching it. That being said, let's get started. In this latest installment of the Mario Party series, it's pretty hard to talk about the gameplay briefly, as there are so many different modes and ways to play it. It's hard to generalise it. There are 7 main modes to play, and a few smaller things to keep you going. The first main game mode is the classic Mario Party, that we all know and love. It's essentially the same as all the previous games, the rules being simple. It's a board game played with dice. The player with the most stars wins, and after every turn a minigame is played, and the winner is rewarded, helping out their chances of winning overall. After winning once on every board, you are presented with the Gem of Tenacity. The second main mode is Partner Party. It's similar to classic Mario Party, but with a few twists. The main gameplay elements of dice rolls minigames are still there, and whoever has the most stars still wins. However, you play in 2 teams of 2. The other difference is, instead of being restricted to a path, you can move around in a more open way, which kind of reminds me of Mario and Rabbids. Allies are also much more common here, and will impact the game much more than usual. It's super fun, and I love the feeling of openness you get while playing. After winning once on every board, you are given the Gem of Love. The third main mode is River Survival. This one is extremely fun, however it does have a huge problem, which we will touch on later. Instead of playing on a board game, like the previous 2 games, you work together with 3 other characters to steer a rowing boat to the end of a winding maze of a river in the time limit. You only start off with 60 seconds to complete the course, which is nowhere near enough time, but you can increase the limit by collecting clocks or completing mini-games along the way. It can be super intense sometimes, and it's great fun exploring the different branches of the river, since not all playthroughs will be the same. Once you get to the end of every single route, you are rewarded with the Gem of Courage. The fourth main mode is Soundstage. Going into this, I expected to not enjoy it, as I'm usually not a fan of rhythm-based games. However, I was very pleasantly surprised. There's not too much to say about this one, apart from it's a ton of fun. There's no board or boat this time, instead you have to copy patterns using the motion controls in rhythm. Like I said, I expected to not enjoy it much, but it turned out to be absolutely great. After dancing successfully on every single difficulty, you are given the Gem of Spirit. The fifth main mode, or modes I should say, are mini-games. If you fancy playing a specific game, just want to mess around on a couple without the board, or want to participate in a tournament, this is the place. It's a really convenient way to just do what you want on the minigames, or practice for challenges. Speaking of challenges, the next game mode is Challenge Road. This one has got to be my favourite, and also the hardest of them all. To sum it up, you are tasked with completing a huge winding path of 80 different challenges. The further you progress, the more areas you visit. I love all of the little details in this mode, such as when you go from challenge to challenge, if you look in the background, you see a small snippet of what you're about to face. After venturing through all 6 areas and defeating the bosses at the end, you're presented with the Gem of Passion. The 7th and final mode is Online, but that's got its whole own category, which I will cover later on. While going through all these adventures, you will collect 5 gems in total. Once you've got all 5, you'll become the superstar. You'll also come across characters such as Dry Bones, Donkey Kong and Diddy Kong, who will decide to join your roster and become a playable character. There's honestly so many different ways to play, modes to beat, it's hard to cover them all in detail. Oh, and one last thing. You can also collect stickers from Birdo and arrange them into funny pictures. After I just mentioned how many awesome modes there are and fun things to do, you'd think I'd always have something to do for weeks and weeks, right? Well, no actually. This is the biggest problem Super Mario Party faces, and I'll explain why. While there are different modes, once you've done each of them once, that's kind of it, with the exception of minigames. I mean, yeah, you could play any of them again, but let's take River Survival for example. Once you've completed each of the 5 branches once, they're all the exact same. It's just not fun to do it over and over again. That sentence pretty much sums up the replay value of this game. There are only 4 boards in total, which is a huge disappointment to be honest, considering the 4 we got were also pretty average. They're certainly not bad, but they're not the best we've seen either. I feel like if the game had double the minigames and some more maps, it would easily be a million times better.
Amiibo!
The next thing I'm going to cover is Amiibo Compatibility. Essentially, what you get when you scan an Amiibo depends on the series it's from. If it's from the Mario series, or select few characters from the Smash series, you'll get a sticker specific to the character. If it's from another series, let's say Animal Crossing for example, it will reward you with 100 party points, which is the currency of Super Mario Party. I feel like it's a little fun thing to add, but I can't see myself remembering to use it in the future if I do get a new Amiibo. So, the online. Just for a bit of context, my internet isn't the best, but online games manage to just about run smoothly on it, on my Xbox for example. However, I cannot say the same about Super Mario Party. I honestly can't even review it at this point, because every time I try and play it, it just doesn't let me. This is extremely frustrating considering this is literally my first time trying to play an online game since the release of Nintendo's new online service, so I can't say I'm overly pleased with it. In conclusion, this game is super fun, but is in desperate need of DLC, preferably free. I'd happily pay for a DLC pack with 5 new maps, some mini games and some more characters to add to the roster, but I feel like there should be some more that should have been added in the core game. The replay value is genuinely such a shame, because I was really enjoying myself playing the first time round. Hell, even the second time was good, but after that you just kind of ran out of things to do. I get that this is a party game, and kind of meant for when your friends come over, which I can imagine being a ton of fun. But this review is from the perspective of someone who plays single player or online, not local. That being said, I'm going to give Super Mario Party for Switch 7 stars out of 10. Thanks so much for watching. Feel free to leave a like if you enjoyed and or agreed, and if you disagree, let me know why. I'm genuinely really interested to see what you guys think. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.